Welcome back, everybody. Today we will be discussing some upcoming shock drops that we'll be seeing every single month going forward for a decent amount of time. Specifically, these shock drops will occur on the 23rd of every single month. These shock drops will all be iconic retros of older LeBrons, most of which will certainly be easy profit or iconic personals, depending on how you want to look at it. We'll discuss that more later, though.
But listen, on the 23rd of each month, Nike and I are going to have something special for y'all. The Lebron Watch is back.
If you guys enjoy these types of videos regarding the market, reselling, and even info on how to acquire these limited products, be sure to subscribe and enable post notifications just so you're 100% updated. Furthermore, for more urgent updates like shock drops, like we actually saw this morning, follow my Twitter KeithAdam10 and personals for you. This way you're always in the loop 24/7 whenever there is a restock or drop. In honor of LeBron James's 4th NBA championship win, Nike opened up the PE Vote Back event, and after the gold ceremony LeBron 10 took home the victory, the brand announced that they'll be bringing back the Lebron Watch, with releases set to arrive the 23rd of every single month. So now what's important going forward is what LeBrons we're going to be seeing, and at what times each of these will be taking place, because a whole day in general is still pretty vague, and we obviously don't want to be sitting in front of our phones all day. And finally, are the upcoming ones worth purchasing in terms of resale? We're going to discuss all of that now. First of all, which LeBrons are coming up? Today, as of me recording this, we just saw the LeBron 8 graffiti release for $200. The next release will evidently be on February 23rd, so what should we expect? In general, the colorways we'll be seeing will be some of the most iconic LeBrons that have released in the past, which is great for collectors and resellers both. In fact, we actually discussed some upcoming ones of these 2021 last month. For example, some of these included the Miami Nights 8, South Beach 8s, SVSM Away, USA 7, Ceremony 10, and many more that still have yet to be leaked. However, that's all great to know, but what's more important is knowing exactly what pair is going to be dropping on what date. The way you'll be able to know which pair is going to be releasing is by the official images, which will load on Nike on the 22nd of every single month. If you don't monitor the image endpoint on your own, you can simply just check Solink or J23's Twitter the day before the drop, and they'll have most likely posted the official images for you guys, just like they did on the 22nd of this month. Not to mention, LeBron himself will probably leak them the night before on his Instagram story, just like he did for the graffitis. But again, you don't really need to rely on LeBron, since the official images are going to load no matter what anyway. And that way, you're going to know in advance which pair is going to be releasing the day before. Now, moving on from that, what time are these going to be releasing? Today's drop was at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, which a lot of people didn't expect, since they normally drop LeBron watches around 8 p.m. or 11 p.m. Eastern Time, which they have done in the past many times. Those times are definitely possible going forward, but for now, I'd suggest being prepared for 10 a.m. Eastern Time, assuming they do keep it consistent like they have kept it consistent on prior LeBron watch streaks that they have done in the past. As always, all Endurance members had info on exactly what time they would be dropping, and this goes for any hype shock drop or sneakers hunt in general, from the Paranoid scratch drop to the Union 4 sneaker stash, you name it. May be doing a small restock, by the way, on February 1st, so feel free to follow the Endurance Twitter to stay updated on that, but otherwise, let's move on. In general, for those LeBron watches, be ready for 10 a.m. Eastern Time on each time. I won't be able to confirm the exact time until we get closer to the next one, but for now, be ready for then, and make sure to follow my Twitter KeithAdam10 and personals for you, which is where I did tweet out these at 59, so a minute before, which still gave you somewhat of a heads up when they did load. Now, regarding whether you should go for these with resale intentions, I would suggest going for all of these going forward, and here's why. I expect many of these to be iconic retros, which will garner pretty solid demand. Obviously, some will more than others, but the bottom line is that Nike is a no-risk site. This is an absolutely beautiful thing for all resellers in general. You can return any item completely free, hence I would definitely suggest going for these for resale purposes. Currently, right after the drop, the graffiti pair was going for around $350 to $400 depending on the sizes. Now, I do not expect these prices to hold when pairs actually start going into circulation, but it still does illustrate evident demand. So prices will fall from here, but if you do sell quickly, you should definitely be able to make some easy small profit at the least. And if there is a pair that you can't, you can always return for free, so again, there's no risk. That's why I definitely would suggest going for all of these. I would suggest using the 2-day shipping option when checking out on sneakers. It's an extra $5, but it still ends up being worth it since prices fall dramatically as pairs are going into circulation. Perhaps later into these drops, maybe 5 or 6 months in, we'll actually start to see the contrary, where people are overselling them at first because they are going to be anticipating drop in value, so we might actually see the market eventually starting to price these in. But for now, I'd still hold on quick selling all the pairs that are coming out. So that's essentially it when it comes to all of these Lebron shock drops that are going to be coming up. That's all the info you need to cop, and remember, I will tweet them out when live on my Twitter, KeithAdam10, and personals for you, keeping you guys updated all the time, of course. But anyway, with the Lebrons out of the way, since it is the 23rd, I did figure I did want to give you guys an update on the Yeezy 700 Suns, since it's the day of the release as well, might as well. As mentioned in the video, I do not have Adidas item stock, and luckily, for those of us who were planning to resell them, as I recommended, stock was very low. I made a little update mid-drop regarding the stock loaded on Yeezy supply, which was only 1,600 pairs, which if you're familiar with Yeezy supply drops, that is extremely limited. And that's likely proportional to the Adidas app stock as well. So this is great news if you did cop them like suggested, but it does not change the fact these are still a quick sell, as I did conclude in my last video. The only difference is now we're able to make a little bit more profit, so all the better. If anything, you should be even more convinced to quick sell these now at the current prices. Even if they do end up increasing past this eventually, because I definitely do see that being possible in the long term, there are much better holds out there proportionally compared to this. So in the end, the conclusion doesn't change. You should still quick sell these, but all the better. You are going to be able to make a little bit more money now. Anyway, that'll conclude it for today. Feel free to leave a like if you did enjoy, or you perhaps learned a thing or two. Also, subscribe and enable post notifications just to stay 100% updated on all hyped releases. Also, feel free to check out the links in the description below for reliable, fast residential proxies and pre-verified Nike sneakers account. Last but not least, make sure to follow KeithAdam10 and personals for you, as I was discussing before, for those urgent updates. With that though, I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day.
I got some exciting news for y'all, man. I'm just chilling in my room right now in Chicago the night before a game, getting prepared, getting ready. But listen, on the 23rd of each month, Nike and I are gonna have something special for y'all. The Lebron Watch is back. Y'all hear me? The Lebron Watch is back. For all my people who love the LeBron line. Listen, I want to thank y'all for doing all the votes on the votes block. Congratulations to everyone who's going to receive the on 10 ring ceremony. Make sure we get those out to y'all. But listen, the LeBron Watch is back. This is about to be crazy. The LeBron Watch is back. And we ain't playing.